So it's early in the morning and I am about to go to work, but just wanted to make this video real quick to explain to people what I have against Trump and what he's doing to the country, which is horrible. So in his campaign, he promised, he said, when I'm president, I will be too busy doing good for the country. I won't have time to play golf. Obviously a rip on Obama. However, now that he is in office, he has spent more in 3 years than Obama did in 8. Money and time playing golf at his own properties. So he is enriching himself through his properties at the expense of the taxpayers, because he requires, as president, he requires Secret Service, all this, the presidential horde that has to follow him around. So his properties charges for rooms, board, golf carts, everything for him to golf there. So he has spent, it has cost the taxpayers more money and has spent more time playing golf in 3 years than Obama did in 8. So you can count that as a very broken promise. At his inauguration, he claimed an obscene number of people for the inauguration attendance, which has been thoroughly debunked and proven. He exaggerated greatly, probably to the point of outright lying. And it has been proven that he lied. And I'm going to pick on one that's obscenely blatant here. At a rally, I think it was in Texas, he said there were 70,000 people in the stadium. And Trump supporters believe it. Trump supporters believe there were 70,000 people in that stadium that only holds 6,500 people. Having 70,000 people in there, in the stadium, at the Trump rally, is a physical impossibility. But Trump supporters believe it because Trump told them. And this is important because all of the small lies about completely inconsequential things that are very easily proven to be total lies builds their faith in Trump. So Trump supporters believe that there were 70,000 people in a stadium that only holds 6,500. This is a belief because Trump told them. And so all of his lies build up one by one by one by one. And Trump has become a belief system for his supporters. So when Trump tells them the bigger lies, they believe him because it is now a faith and not a rationally checked or rationally considered and thought out approach. They just believe him. So when he says that he doesn't, everyone that he's associated with, that he has put into high offices, that he has put into his inner circle, and then it's found out they're criminals and doing all this bad stuff, and he suddenly claims that he doesn't know them, despite video, photographic tape evidence. Take Lev Parnas, for example. Trump says he doesn't know the man. He may have taken some pictures with him. But Lev Parnas was at his children's birthday parties. Lev Parnas was at Trump's children's birthday parties. And he doesn't know the man? Yeah, that's not holding water. Lev Parnas is on Donald Trump Jr.'s, one of his campaign committees, to help elect a guy in Florida. So, I don't know him, is complete and utter bullcrap. It's yet another lie that all Trump supporters are going to swallow hook, line, and sinker because they believe he fits 70,000 people in a stadium that only holds 6,500. It is built up their, I don't know, trust in the man for some reason that he lies so much it becomes irrelevant that it's a lie. And he now thinks it doesn't matter. And I think it doesn't matter to Trump supporters that everything that comes out of the man's mouth is a lie. Because they believe him. And I think he is destroying our country. He is at the root of it all, whether he knows it consciously or he's just being used. It doesn't matter. He is working for Russia more than the United States. Because if you look at everything he's done that has hurt the United States, the China tariffs, assassinating Salami or whatever his name was, pulling out and abandoning the Kurds, all of that, everything he has done as president has had more benefit to Russia than the United States. Maybe in the background, maybe on the side here, but if you look at it, everything he's done has benefited Russia more than the United States. And that is including hardening the Trump base against facts, logic, reason, compassion, all of our supposedly moral standings that we once had. His base is hardened against all of those. I mean, literally don't care that children are effectively being murdered on the southern border. I mean, I don't know what else to call it when a child in custody dies of dehydration, dies of the flu, when they're turning away volunteer donation medicine to prevent that. So I don't know what else to call it. It's not accidental that these children are dying, that these people are dying in U.S. custody. It's not accidental. And it's sad. It's factual. I mean, you can, even if you, I don't know, you have to care. You have to have some basis of morality to care that people are dying of completely preventable situations in U.S. custody at our border. You have to have some base of compassion, and I don't think Trump supporters have that. I think they just are amoral, like Trump, or something is blocking this basic sense of right and wrong, of truth from fiction, of, like, they're caught in this fantasy world where the stock market equals the US economy. And that's not true. I mean, it's occasionally a decent indicator, but it hasn't been for a while. You know, when the stock market is soaring because all these companies spent their tax break windfall on buying back stocks instead of paying their employees, and you got people working 3 jobs who still can't afford to pay rent and eat in the same month. You have fully employed people that are homeless, living in homeless shelters, getting up and going to work every day. That's just not a good economy. And the Trump supporters are like, oh, I'm fine. Well, yay. But this is about our nation. Our nation. You know, there's more people in it than just you. And so when all these lies that Trump has been telling from the start that you say don't matter, and then the lies get bigger and you still say they don't matter, and the lies get bigger and you still say they don't matter, and then at the impeachment trial they're not even going to pretend to listen to the evidence, to hear witnesses, to pay any attention to the facts. They're just going to run a little sham trial in the dead of night, you know, midnight Mitch, Moscow's bitch. So they're just going to run this sham of a trial where they've already sworn to just acquit him, and then they take this oath to be impartial. They're oath breakers because they pledged beforehand to not follow the oath, which I think they should be held in contempt of court or perjury or something. Something should be done, because they are not giving the United States a fair shake. And I'm terribly afraid that we're on the brink of losing our democratic republic that the founders gave us because of Trump and his sycophants. Anyway, that's just my opinion. You can look up all these things that I've talked about online and fact checkers and other places. MediaBiasFactCheck.com is a good place to find out whether the source is biased or not. So